Hi, I'm Rachel Gray. Welcome to my cooking channel. It's fresh cranberry season. Cranberry season is from September to January. I usually don't see them coming up into the stores until about October, and then occasionally they'll still be in the stores in February. They can be frozen, and so you can use this recipe year-round, but I do really like them fresh. So today we're making orange cranberry bread. This bread is delicious with the tart cranberries and the sweet oranges with the glaze on top. It's super moist and it's easy to put together. So let me show you how to make it. Let's go over the ingredients we need for the orange cranberry bread. We're going to need 1.5 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We'll need the zest of 1 orange along with a tablespoon of the juice. We'll need 3/4 cup of buttermilk, 1/2 cup of oil, 2 eggs, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and then 1 cup of fresh cranberries. You could use frozen cranberries, and then we'll dust those with 1 tablespoon of flour. For the glaze, we'll need 2 tablespoons of your fresh orange juice and then 1 cup of powdered sugar. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do before we get started is preheat the oven to 350 degrees. The other thing we need to do is prepare our pan. I've got a loaf pan here. It's not a large one, it's just a regular loaf pan. And I'm just going to spray it with some cooking spray. And then for ease, I'm going to line it with parchment paper. I've got 1/4 of a sheet here of parchment paper, and I'm just gonna lay it inside. It fits perfectly. And then I'm just gonna spray it again with some cooking spray. And what I like to do so they don't fall down while it's cooking in the oven into the bread is I just take the sides and I just crease them with my fingers so they stay out of the way. Now that that's ready, we're ready to put our batter together. The first thing I'm going to do is combine all of my dry ingredients. So I've got the flour, the sugar, the salt, the baking powder, and the orange zest. This smells so good. And now I'll take this orange and put it aside because we're going to use the juice for the glaze and then 1 tablespoon in here. I'm just gonna whisk the dry ingredients together. This helps get the orange zest all through the flour and the sugar. And then I'm just gonna set this aside. In a smaller bowl, I'm going to combine my buttermilk, my oil, my vanilla, and my eggs. And then I'll mix that together. Going to add 1 tablespoon of the orange juice. Give it a quick mix. Then I'm going to add my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients. Stir that together until it's just combined. Then I'm going to take my cranberries and I'm going to dust them with flour. I'm going to give that a toss so that they're nice and coated with flour. This keeps them from rising to the top, and it will suspend them through the batter. Also, put it immediately into your preheated oven. That way that will help them stay suspended in the batter as well. Add them into the batter. Stir them to combine. Pour your batter immediately into your pan. Smooth the top. Take your batter and put it immediately into the oven and bake it at 350 degrees for about 1 hour and 10 minutes until a tester inserted into the middle comes out clean. If you have convection, don't use it for these thick breads. While your bread is in the oven, just make the glaze. I've got 1 cup of powdered sugar in this bowl, and then I just take about 2 tablespoons of orange juice, just from my leftover orange, and then I'm just gonna whisk that together. And there you go. It's all put together and ready when you need it. Just cover it and set it aside. So it's been about 70 minutes. It's beautiful. Feels good. I'm gonna put a toothpick in. And it's clean, so my bread is done. I'm just gonna let this cool for 10 minutes and then I'm gonna put the glaze on it. So my bread has cooled for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and lift it with my parchment out of the pan, and then I'll just put it onto the plate. Then I'm going to take my glaze that I made before and just give it a little stir because it's kind of had a chance to settle. And then I'm just gonna take the glaze and just pour it over the top. You could glaze it in the pan if you wanted, but I like to have it just run down the sides. And that's it. It's orange cranberry bread. It's easy to put together. It's moist and delicious. It's perfect for breakfast or really anytime. You can find this recipe and a lot of other great recipes on my blog, cookingwithrachel101.com. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. And if you want, leave me a comment in the comments below. Thanks for watching.